Good evening, my name is Saul Rodriguez, and this is Are You Fired TV, where we give you the latest news in and around Roosevelt University. Our main story tonight focuses on our own Marta Kotzer, who traveled to her native country of Ukraine. She will tell us about how the western part of the country is doing during these troubling times. Andrea Alfaro gives us an update on the recent bodies that were discovered in the Chicago River and Lake Michigan. Alex Samarja sits down with Roosevelt professor David Weissman to talk about his Appalachian adventure. Now I'm going to send it over to my co-host Andrea Alfaro, who is going to tell you about the rest of the stories we will be covering in this edition of Are You Fired TV. Andrea? The weather might not show it, but spring is here, and that means baseball is right around the corner. Both the Northside Cubs and Southside Sox are in Arizona for spring training as they get prepared for the 2022 season. The city is anxious to see how the White Sox can follow up a 93-win campaign. The Sox have made 2 straight postseasons, a club record, but have fallen short in the first 2 rounds both years. In 2020 versus the Oakland Athletics, 2-1, and in 2021, 3-1 versus the Houston Astros. This year, they have added some key pieces to their already dependable bullpen in veteran relievers Kendall Graveman and Joe Kelly. They are also banking on big years from young studs like Luis Robert and Eloy Jimenez. On the other side of town, the Cubs entered a new chapter in their franchise when they traded players like Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, and Javier Baez. After missing the postseason in 2021 for just the second time in 7 years, the same is expected of them in 2022. But there are some things to look forward to with offseason signings like starting pitcher Marcus Stroman, and one of the biggest additions by any team, 27-year-old Japanese superstar Seiya Suzuki, who the Cubs hope is part of the next great Cubs team. The Cubs start their season a week from today at Wrigley Field versus the Milwaukee Brewers, while the White Sox play their first game on Friday in Detroit against the Tigers. Saul Rodriguez, Are You Fired TV. Good evening, my name is Saul Rodriguez, and this is Are You Fired TV, where we give you the latest news in and around Roosevelt University. In this edition, Alex Samarja will bring us the latest on a shooting that took place this past weekend in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Then I got to sit down with Roosevelt alum and semi-pro baseball player Miles Porter, who tells us about his time at Roosevelt, along with an update on what he is up to now.
Opportunities that I've gotten, especially as an artist. And
I also asked Ajax about his recent appearance on the NBC show Chicago PD.
it was an amazing experience.
The Major League Soccer season kicked off last weekend, and the Chicago Fire Football Club opened their schedule on the road in Florida versus Miami with a scoreless draw. A game into the season, the Fire hope this is the start of a journey that ends in the playoffs. The Fire had a big offseason, signing notable players as well as hiring a new head coach. Thanks, Ariana. Make sure you visit Are You Fired TV, where you can find all of our news segments as well as write comments so you can tell us about your own thoughts on stories like the one including Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Next up, we will go to Alex Samarja for weather. Alex? Starbucks has served the world coffee for 50 years, and what might be as famous as the coffee itself could be the cups they serve it in. And just last week, the coffee giant announced that they are looking to phase out their disposable cups for good. According to MSNBC, Starbucks uses an estimated 7 billion disposable cups a year. Starbucks says they want to get rid of single-use cups completely by 2025. One incentive they announced for customers was when you use a reusable cup, you will get a 50-cent discount.